What's going on, YouTube? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from May 13th, 2020. And this will be your AEW Dynamite results, where AEW Dynamite rotates to Road to Double or Nothing heats up. So, your commentators were Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur. They were at Jacksonville, Florida. And let's get to the show here. So the opening show was Jake the Snake Roberts and the Murder Hawk Monster. Lance Archer coming out. Lance Archer attacks a backstage crew, as he always does, because once you cross the path of the Murder Hawk Monster, it's been proven overseas in New Japan Pro Wrestling during his time, everybody dies. That is exactly what happened. So Jake Roberts comes out. He gets on the mic and says that he has to make an apology for what he did to Brandy Rose. And he says he'll apologize once she kisses his ass. And says, once anyone comes into into the ring in no man's land, a woman are best stay at home cooking and all that stuff. And says that Cody that time is about up. His time will be up. It's time to pay the piper. And basically, also puts over Lance Archer, or retains to the match at Double or Nothing. All of a sudden, Cody Rhodes comes out. He didn't come out from the entranceway. He came from outside of the stadium, basically. And he had his own, van, black van. I'm assuming it was a black van. But it looked cool though. Basically, he's becoming Stone Cold Cody Rhodes now. He's got his logo on his vehicle. He's run through the guardrail, which only it was about 5 feet, and then he stopped. I'm like, what the fuck was that? What the hell? Like, what was the point of that? To show that Cody Rhodes was a badass? Is that what it was? Like, that was cheap. That was not badass in a way. I mean, his mean looking was badass, know that, but that wasn't badass at all. Y'all expected him, to drive it all the way to the ring, but instead he just drove like about 5 feet into the arena. Come on, if you want to go Stone Cold Steve Austin, go all the way with it. If you want to go Attitude Era in the way where Stone Cold did it, go all the way with it. Don't go half-ass it. But nevertheless, this led to Cody and Lance Archer fighting. Basically, Lance Archer came to Cody after Cody left the vehicle after driving 5 feet into the arena. They start fighting all the way to the ring, and then finally the fight stopped when Jake Roberts holds Lance Archer back. Cody Rhodes is holding his back, holding back by himself, basically. Basically during the Lance Archer let's continue this fight and everything, and that was basically it. That was the end of it. So I like the fighting. I just thought the whole thing with the driving in there, on 5 feet by Cody was too goofy. So we see highlights of the AEW's tag team division that is very well alive, unlike the East tag team division. So I love the video packages that they showed and the highlights of it, of these great tag teams that we got right now in the AEW. So speaking of that, we get to a tag team match that features Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus being accompanied by Marcus Dunn, which I do not agree with Marcus Dunn of ever being part of Jurassic Express since day one. Since day one, he's been with Jurassic Express. I've never liked it. That combo with Marcus Dunn being part of it. I don't like him. Period. It pertains to a wrestler and why he's in the wrestling business too, especially why he's in the AEW in the first place. But that's not here or there. But the Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus goes up against best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent, being accompanied by Frosty Squeeze, Orange Cassidy. Match happens. It's pretty decent. Last, I'm trying to remember that Orange Cassidy this time. Yeah, she was it was was really on best friends. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ray Phoenix went, whoa! Luke Kane karate kicked, um, Orange Cassidy. Like, where did he come from? And like, man, that was good. So basically, Orange Cassidy was laid out. All of a sudden, while referee was distracted with all that too, MJF throws Jungle Boy into the ring post because they're gonna be having a match at Double or Nothing. So the match continue where everything was being a clusterfuck. When referee being distracted and a lot of surroundings was happening. Well, a lot of surrounding incident was happening. In the end, it was Chuck Taylor getting um his finisher onto Jungle Boy and gets the win. After the match, Warlow he goes right after Marco Stunt and pushes him into the guardrail. And I said to myself, yeah, teach that little rapper lesson there. So I love that. And Luchasaurus backs off Warlord. They still haven't done that match yet. We're supposed to have that match, but due to this whole pandemic going on, it's unfortunate that we get that one going on anytime. But maybe they will. Maybe after Double or Nothing, they probably will. Maybe on next episode of Dynamite, we'll see. John Moxley, the AEW World Champion, arrives, but with basically with no title because for release stole the title, and he's hunting for the Dark Order. He blows off this interview. I forgot his name, but he used to commentate for AEW. From last year, with Jason Double or Nothing and other commentating he did as well. With Jim Ross and Excalibur. So I forgot his name though. But maybe I'll bring him up later in the future. But yeah, basically, John Moxley was no mood to talk. Number 4, accompanied by Kip Sabian versus Shit Baker versus Hikaru Shida versus Chris Stanley. So we got the bad girl, the dentist. I guess we could call her the samurai princess, Hikaru Shida. And then you got the alien. I think what they call the greatest, the galaxy's greatest aliens. Not that I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's what she was being called. But anyways, match itself, I thought it was decent. Unfortunately, there was no stopping this from obviously Shit Baker. But some moves I thought she did, I thought she did was pretty decent too. But Chris Stanley basically was a letdown match because she was botchy, sloppy. Her timing was bad. Made her before look bad in a way. So before I thought she did some decent moves too, but yeah, this match was a complete mess, but it was still good in a way. That loosely. In the end, it was Hikaru Shida getting the win over Penelope Ford after Ship Baker was too busy taking care of Chris Stanley by getting her in the lockjaw on the outside instead of worrying about winning the match. Ship Baker in full effect. But yeah, that's basically what they've been up for the dentist versus the alien at Double or Nothing. Meanwhile, you got Shida, on the highest rankings, getting an opportunity against the Native Beast for the AEW Women's World Championship at Double or Nothing. But we'll get to more of that later. Pineapple Pete, who is Shook D. He talks about how Chris Jericho made him famous because of the nickname. He can't know that, and basically talk about their about some recent insults and recent context they had before, and it's going to lead to a match, and we'll get to that later because we get to Santana Ortiz from representing the Inner Circle, Proud and Powerful. That's the tag team names. There's Santana Ortiz tag team names are Proud and Powerful, and they're representing Inner Circle. I don't want to confuse you folks. After the way I just did it, from just a few seconds ago. But Kenny Omega makes his entrance, only to get attacked by Santana Ortiz, and Matt Hardy comes out, broken Matt Hardy, and basically, and the match ends up happening, The match ends up being pretty good. Also, we see Sammy Guevara coming out. He's coming out in neck brace. He's coming out, like he's still hurt and so on. So, but he was fine last time. Yes, honestly, he got run over by a go kart and everything, but he was fine after that. He was celebrating with Jericho, all over with the rest of the inner circle after they beat Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy from that street fight, that crazy street fight match that I thought was great. He was fine after that, and he's coming out there and now he's selling the injuries. What was it? Do you have to fit them in? I'm gonna be sore in the morning. What that type of thing? I don't know. But he comes out. He's in that brace and everything. He's trying to go after Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy gives him a twist of fate, and he sold it pretty well. And so did Ortiz. Not Ortiz. Santana also sold the twist of fate in the way as well. While this match is going on. In the end, Matt Hardy gained the win. And basically Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega, I should say that to their team, to get the win. Now, how does Hangman Page feel about this? This whole situation where Kenny Omega's teaming up with Matt Hardy. This is the second time that Kenny Omega's teaming up with Matt Hardy, and due to Hangman and Page is not there because he's keeping some quarantine, as they're shown on being the elite. I wonder how he feels about this, because I don't think he's ever said anything on being the elite or things to Kenny Omega, having Matt Hardy as his substitute tag team partner. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it, but I guess we'll see if he does come at Double or Nothing. But we'll see. Oh no, he might come in the next episode of Dynamite. If he does show up. But Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy gets the win. Then I think Matt Hardy will change to Demensis Matt Hardy, something like that. I think that's cover said. But which by the way, it's also been exposed to Matt Hardy's Free the Elite, or free the deletion, to say, on Matt Hardy's channel. It also pertains to also showing what happened also on being the elite. But yeah. Taz was backstage with Darby Allin, still trying to to talk to him and everything, and about the whole thing of his loss of Cody was, and he's like, "Let me help you. I can help you. I can be." I guess he's trying to be like a manager to Darby Allin, or trying to give him some advice and everything. But Darby Allin basically calls him up and says that no, he's fine and everything. He's got amateur background wrestling and everything. And Taz is like, okay, well, he didn't know about that, and basically, the Darby Allin after that just blew him up after that. I don't know where they're going with this, but I guess we'll find out pretty soon. Maybe Taz might get the hint, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Lexi Nair interviews Hikaru Shida, or pertains to Hikaru Shida facing Nyla Rose, and Hikaru Shida was surprised. For anyone who doesn't know about this, she speaks perfect English. Because for those who don't follow her on Instagram, yeah, Hikaru Shida, she speaks English very fine. But she says that the thing that will make her happy, make her happy is that she will win the title. Also, when that Rose shows up, basically congratulates her and everything, and she's like, Bobby, you're missing something. And she reveals it and cracks her over the head with a kilo stick. Basically, because I remember Hikaru Shida when she came out there in the match with to be in that boy match. I know she had her candlestick for a reason, and now we know why. Now the Rose had it, and she gave it to her, but in a Rufus way. And she, basically, that's not Rose's way of breaking bitches. Just saying. Hey, but that was her words though. Remember that promo that she cut when after she won the women's title. She says she breaks bitches. I'm just quoting what she's saying. MJF with Wardlow at ringside. MJF goes up against Lee Johnson, and it was a complete squash. Basically, Lee Johnson got destroyed by MJF, and that was it. And basically, he won with the Fujiwara armbar. Very good submission hold. Very good traditional submission hold in professional wrestling, especially especially that came from Japan. After the match, MJF gets on mic and says to Jungle Boy at Double or Nothing, he's still feeling some ring rust in the way, but he's gonna rub out that ring rust when he goes against Marco Stunt and when it pertains to Microsoft having a match opening invitation because this is it was somewhat in his contract. Like, who cares? I don't care about Marco's stunt and his his match opening invitation, whatever that is. But anyways, that's basically MJF saying that, and he says, "By end to end it, I'm better than you, and you know it." So good promo from MGF, and yes, good. AEW announced that for the buy-in pre-show for Double or Nothing, it's going to be Best Friends versus Private Party. Also, I think of Double or Nothing's buy-in as well. I think it's going to be part of the buy-in too. I don't remember if this is not, or it's going to be on the main card, but it's probably going to be on the buy-in. Chris Statlander versus Chip Baker, where that match will receive a title shot against the AEW Women's Champion. Oh, I'm sorry. I read It's just a grudge match between the two. The normal contention match is between Best Friends and Private Party, where it pertains to facing the AEW or Tag Team Champions in the future. That's what I meant. So my apologies for that. Chris Jericho being accompanied by the rest of the Inner Circle versus Pineapple Pete. Pineapple Pete got some offense in the match, from the start. All of a sudden, Chris Jericho with one juice effect gets the win. Basically, it was a short match. That was it. After the match, Chris Jericho gets on the mic. Let's say about that, folks. That's basically what's the match. Jericho gets on the mic and says that now that he took care of Pineapple Pete, now you can talk about the Inner Circle versus the Elite. So it's about he's wondering where's Hangman Page, the Young Bucks, where are the Elite? And basically says that he wants to challenge the Elite in a in a stadium stampede match inside of a football stadium. That's going to be at Double or Nothing. It's going to be the Elite versus the Inner Circle. Basically, it's their way to repay us for the Blood and Guts, which is still postponed. When that's going to happen, I don't know. But once we get a lot of fans back into the arenas, eventually, as 2020, is we're still have spending our lives in 2020 in this difficult time right now. Who knows when we're gonna get Blood and Guts, but hopefully we will get that eventually later on before 2020 ends. We're halfway there though. But anyways, that's what's gonna happen. That's gonna be though for to repay us for not getting Blood and Guts, which is still gonna be postponed. I can't wait to see how Blood and Guts is gonna be. In fact, we're all looking forward to that book, which don't know when it's gonna happen. But for now, we're getting the Stadium Stampede match. What that's gonna be, I have no idea. But I'm intrigued to see what it's gonna be about. So all we wait for is for the Elite to basically accept the challenge. I know Kenny Omega's going to accept. I know Broken Matt Hardy's going to accept because I guess in a way he's part of the Elite in the ways because let's be honest. Who knows what's going to happen though? But I know Matt Hardy's going to be part of it though. And obviously it's going to be a 5-on-5. Jericho, Hager, Guevara, Santana, Ortiz of the Inner Circle. Meanwhile, you got Omega, Hardy, and who knows if the Young Bucks are going to even be there, and and Page, Hangman and Adam Page. Meanwhile, Cody Rhodes is going to be busy, and because think about it, Cody Rhodes is part of the Elite as well, but he's focusing on Lance Archer because he's in the tournament finals to crown a new AEW TNT champion, which I'll get a little bit more of that later. But back to this. So Vanguard 1 shows up. He basically accepts on behalf of the Elite. And Jericho says that to Vanguard 1. Oh, by the way, Vanguard 1 brought back the little T-shirt of the Inner Circle that Jericho gave to him. But it's basically a Tyler-sized T-shirt. Basically a baby-sized T-shirt. So he gets back to Jericho. And Jericho's like, I want you to we don't want you in the Elite anymore because we got someone else in the Inner Circle, I'm going to say, excuse me. Inner Circle. Basically saying that we don't want you in the Inner Circle anymore because we got someone else part of the Inner Circle. And he pulled his baseball bat. And he called, I forgot what he called his baseball bat Floyd. So he takes the baseball bat Floyd and swings for the fences to Vanguard won and destroys Vanguard one. Sammy Guevara steps on it, and also the rest of the inner circle steps on Vanguard one. Matt Hardy comes out and chases away the inner circle. Matt Hardy is looking sad and angry for what happened to Vanguard one. I can't believe it. This is the worst thing the club done to Matt Hardy's drone. This could be the worst thing the club ever done. Oh my god. I can't remember the last time something like this happened to Vanguard one, other than Decay from back in the days of TNA wrestling in 2016. Oh man, this is but what happened here on AEW? Jericho did what Jericho did with Floyd. This is the worst thing they could have ever done to Vanguard one. So now what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen next? With Matt Hardy, what's gonna happen to Vanguard one now? Is he really really done for? Is he gonna try to bring him back to life? Maybe get the remaining pieces of him and put him back into the lake of reincarnation. Will it happen? I don't know. We have to wait and see. But as of right now, unfortunately, Vanguard one is no longer with us. AEW announced for AEW Double or Nothing to say Iron Mike Tyson, who will present the winner of the tournament to crown a new AEW and TNT champion. Basically, Mike Tyson is going to reveal the belt, where the design belt is going to be of the AEW TNT championship title. It's going to be presented by Mike Tyson, and he's going to reward the winner to either Cody Rhodes or Lance Archer the belt too. And there you go. And that's good. And that's also the Sheila versus Rose. Basically he called Sheila versus Nyla Rose. And a no disqualification, no countouts match. Basically a nose bar match. That's basically what it is. And it's going to be for the AEW Women's World Championship. And that means the main event. Christopher Daniels versus Brody Lee, the Exalted One, being covered by 10. Match itself, it was solid. I think this match was a very good main event in a way. It just didn't, to me, it just didn't gel well for me. In the end, Brody Lee won. And by the way, also he's the self-proclaimed AEW World Champion. That's funny. And then the Minions came out to beat on Daniels. Also, I think that's another part I forgot to too. SCU was also there. Fighting off the Minions, the Dark Order creepers in a way. And match to continue. And basically in the end, Brody Lee get the win, obviously. So all of a sudden, the Minions comes back. All of a sudden, John Moxley comes down. He goes after Brody Lee, but instead, the followers got in the way. He's jumping up. Basically the creepers. He beats them up, and John Moxley gets a turn shift onto one of them. Meanwhile, Brody Lee and 10 backs off as Moxley still, basically needs to get his belt back. So Brody Lee still has the belt, and Moxley, because Micah says to Brody Lee that he's made a foolish decision. One that he will pay for dearly with interest. Moxley says that he is the AEW World Champion, and the AEW World Championship is more than just a piece of metal, and he will find out at Double or Nothing. It says that when the dust settles, Brody Lee may find himself AEW career over before it started, and that was it. And that's how the show ended. John Moxley covered a very good promo to end the show. All right. So as far as the show was, I thought the show was I mean, it wasn't better than last show where it pertains to what happened for that street fight main event. tag team with Jericho and Guevara versus Omega and Hardy because everything that was behind that creative idea in a way. Um, so there was that. So total my wrestling was 6 matches in my overall strength for the show for AEW Dynamite from May 13th, 2020. I'm gonna give it um I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10 for at least a good try effort. And there you go. Now we got one more episode of AEW Dynamite to go through before we get to Double or Nothing. And with that being said, folks, thank you all for watching for It's Not Your Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. This was your All Elite Wrestling review, just to give you AEW Dynamite results from May 13th, 2020. Until next time, folks, you all stay well, stay safe, keep take care of yourself from this whole pandemic going on of the CB. And also a little bit more about what happened with Shaq Gaspar. Um, there was an update, and I'm pretty sure you already know about the update of it. But all I'm gonna say is, to make my message clear. Rest in peace, Shaq Gaspar. Take care, folks.